What is happening, everybody? It's John Papp here from johnpappfitness.com. Episode 22 coming at you of 5 weekly tips to lose weight, gain strength, and get jacked. Sorry, I got a bee flying around me here. But anyways, episode 22 already, flying through the weeks. And last week I said that we're going to kind of try to focus on certain things each week to change it up just a bit. And last week I focused on mostly strength things, and this week I'm going to focus on, keeping with the title, getting jacked things, and mainly stick to the back. All right, how to get a jacked upper back, basically, or total back. I shouldn't just say upper back. So here I'm going to give you 5 exercises, 5 of my favorite exercises that I think have helped me develop my back. And personally, like, if we're talking physique, I think my back is my greatest strength versus anywhere else in my body. So I think this is my favorite kind of thing to talk about in a train. So I just want to tell you some of my favorites that have worked for me. And the thing about the back is it kind of, even if you like are training to get jacked per se, it's also going to help prevent injury and just help your overall lift totals go up, just because the back and the posterior chain, like I've talked about so many times, is so important in strength development. So, and injury prevention of not only the low back, but the shoulders as well. It plays a very big role. And I'll kind of highlight some of those exercises that do both, get you jacked and help prevent injury and get you stronger. So they do 3 things. So first, my number 1 big surprise is deadlifts. And any variation works, but deadlifts are amazing for developing the back. All right, heavy deadlifts. They're gonna hit everything from your upper back, your upper traps, in this lower neck area, all the way down through your lats, and then into your low back as well. Now, deadlifts are amazing, and there's different variations you can do to kind of target different areas if that's what you're going for versus just strength. But like, for example, if you want to hit your upper back even harder, your traps, this one fries your traps, is snatch grip. So wide grip, just like you would do a barbell snatch, but you're just doing the deadlift portion of it, and that will fry your upper back, I promise. And then, you know, other variations, just conventional and whatnot, work as well. So number 1 is deadlifts. Number 2 is the triple threat. So now the triple threat is, I believe, an exercise kind of invented per se by Joe DeFranco. And you take a band and hook it to a pole, you take another band and loop it through, so you've got 2 handles. And hopefully I'll have time later today to make another video showing each exercise, and I'll link it up. But what you're gonna do is hook it to the pole, and it's basically combining 3 exercises: a face pull, external rotation, and then an overhead press. So you're here, you do a face pull, then turn up, press, down, turn down, and back in. That's 1 rep. So again, a face pull, external rotation to an overhead press. And with that constant tension, man, your upper back will be screaming before long. That is number 2. Now number 3, 3-way reverse dumbbell flies, I call them, because I don't know, it's kind of like 3 different exercises all together, but I just call them reverse flies. Now this one came from Corey Gregory, down from Old School. I think I saw him doing these first, and I tried them and I absolutely love them. Now I do them almost every upper body day, just because they help develop your upper back so well and really help prevent shoulder injuries, just kind of like the triple threat. Now, first, all you do is set an incline bench to about the lowest incline, so just 1 up, 1 notch up. It kind of depends on each bench, but sometimes you can go even higher than that to the 2nd notch. Just depends on what you like better. But keep your arms straight, very light weights, 5 or 10 pounds, really no heavier than that. That's the thing, with a lot of upper back work, you don't have to go heavy. Like, a lot of people think you have to, go very heavy to get the results, but you can go very low weight, very controlled on the eccentric and concentric portion of the lift, and get a much better effect. And I can't remember, but I just read an article, I believe, by someone pretty well known, that was kind of talking about that. Donnie Thompson, it was a video, power lifter, Donnie Thompson, and he was talking about the importance of rotator cuff work with light weights versus heavy weights. And because you get that heavier weight, and the main movers the main muscle groups, start to kick in to take over, because it's too heavy for the small, rotator cuff muscles, because they're very small and relatively weak compared to the main movers. So they kind of take over and just kind of shunt the rotator cuff muscles out of the way and take most of the work. So you got to stay pretty light on any shoulder, upper back work. Now, again, going back to three-way reverse fly, lay belly down on a bench, then you're going to straighten your arm. You come straight back as far as you can, squeeze, and back. So it's going to hit, you're going to feel this more in your lats than anything. Then from there, you're just going to go into a T, so basically a reverse fly, the traditional reverse fly. But I like to turn palms down, here, land on the bench, up, squeeze, and back down. So number 2. Then the third one is you're doing a press. So an incline overhead press. This one's very, very difficult. And all it is, it's just like a standing press, here, up and down, but you're on the incline, so it's a lot harder to keep those palms pulled back. You really have to externally rotate to keep in position. It's gonna really fry the rotator cuff muscles. That's a great exercise. What you can do, I usually like to start with the low fly first for 8 to 10 reps, depending on what I've done previously. Then I go into the T's, or traditional reverse flies, whatever you want to call them. Then into the incline overhead press. And that, by the time you get to that press, man, you are fried. That's a great one for your upper back and rotator cuff, shoulders, everything. So that is number 3. Number 4 is arched back rows. So I like to use either a band or a cable for this. Now here at the gym, we don't have a lot of cable machines. So I usually use bands, but it's pretty much the same thing. Just a basic close grip row, but with an arched back. On this one, it's kind of hard to tell here, but my lower back is arched pretty hard, and squeeze those lats back together. And I find it really helps hit the lats a lot more when you have that little arch to it. And when you're just using a band or lightweight on a cable machine, you're not gonna hurt yourself. So you can get away with that arch, and it really targets those lats. So that's number 4. And then number 5, you can't mention back development exercises without the pull-up or lat pull-down. And I kind of group them together because I do both. I switch between the two. I like lat pull-downs because I can, more controlled squeeze at the bottom, get a little arch to it, and back up. And I do like pull-ups because pull-ups are a great developer of upper body strength. You can't say upper body strength and not mention a pull-up variation. So those are my top 5 exercises to get it jacked back. So if you like this, hit like below, share, whatever, subscribe. Lets me know that people are watching, and I will keep doing these. Other than that, guys, check me out on social media, John Pat Fitness on Facebook and Instagram, Snapchat, J-Pap, P-A-P-P. I will throw it up on the screen, excuse me. And other than that, guys, have a great week. Get out there and chase it. We are out of here.